Hello and welcome to Archicorner. This is episode number 9. We are going to continue talking about ADA signage, but on this video we're going to focus on the installation of signage. In regards to signage installation, there are 3 special things that need attention. First, it's the installation height. Second is the location. And third is the floor clearances. Let's speak of the first one, the installation heights. An ADA sign must be installed 60 inches maximum from the finished floor to the baseline of the highest tactile text. Using this conference sign as a sample, you'll see that this signage has 2 lines of text. The baseline for the first line is here, and the baseline for the second line is here. The highest line of tactile text is the word conference. That is why we will use the baseline of this word, because this is the line of the highest tactile text. That is the upper limit. The lower limit, similar to the higher limit, we have to go 48 inches minimum from the finished floor to the baseline of the lowest tactile character. In this case, we have discussed that the lowest line of tactile text is the word room, and that is where we have to go 48 inches minimum. Now, something that I see general contractors do all the time is that they install signs at the very limits of the maximum or the minimum limits. But if you install a sign somewhere in between, you'd be fine. So don't get too close to the upper limit or the lower limit if you don't have to. Now that we have discussed installation heights, let's move on to the location requirements. Now, as far as location goes, there's different types of situations that you can encounter. Most commonly, you have a single door. In this case, you may place the sign on the latch side of the door, as you see here. What if it's a double door? Well, there are double doors with inactive leaves. In other words, only one door has hardware that you can open. In this case, you can place the sign on the inactive leaf itself. However, there are times when a double door has 2 active leaves. In other words, you can open either door because both doors have hardware. In this case, you must place a sign on the right of the right-hand door. And depending on which direction you're coming in from, that may be a little different on each scenario, as you see here. There are times when there is no room on the latch side of a single door or on the right side of a double door. In those instances, you may place the sign on the nearest adjacent wall. Now, there are exceptions to these locations, but this is a general overview, which will satisfy most instances. But now that we've discussed the height and location, let's talk about the floor clearances. The sign has to be installed beyond the arc of any swinging door, and it must be centered on a clear floor space measuring 18 inches by 18 inches minimum. Which means that you must have the sign a minimum of 9 inches away from the latch side of a door, measured to the center line of the tactile text. And there you are. There's your installation height requirements, your location requirements, and your floor clearance requirements. I hope you liked this video and I hope they helped you. And if you're in California, why don't you hold on for a second and let me tell you what the differences are. Here in California, there's only one slight difference to all of this. In California, you must place a sign 48 inches minimum, not to the baseline of the tactile characters, but instead to the baseline of the lowest line of Braille. That is the only difference in California. So, there you go. Now you know both ADA and California Building Code. I hope this helps you. As always, please give me a thumbs up if this helped you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Again, this is Archicorner signing out.